So now every morning I stand on my porch coffee in hand, the wind pulling that flag higher than ever. Neighbors stop to salute, strangers leave flowers, children point at the names engraved in stone, and I just smile because when they tried to erase my pride they ended up giving me the biggest stage of all. My monument stands, my flag waves, and the HOA that tried to silence me is nothing but a forgotten whisper. Weeks later she resigned, the HOA changed its tune, and my monument still stands. People from other neighborhoods drive by to see it, veterans salute, kids stop to read the names, sometimes strangers leave flowers at the base, and every morning I stand on my porch coffee in hand, my flag waving in the wind, and I smile because justice isn't always quiet. Sometimes it's 10 feet tall, made of stone and steel and unshakable. So when they tried to erase my pride they ended up giving me the biggest stage of all. So I started digging. I read every HOA document line by line, every clause, every footnote buried deep in the bylaws. I found something, a loophole, a line that said community monuments and memorials were exempt from HOA decoration rules. My pulse raced. I called a buddy of mine who still worked in construction. We met late at night over beers and drew out a plan, and when morning came I started building. It took weeks. Neighbors watched, some complained, others whispered, but I didn't care. I worked day and night, pouring concrete, hauling stone, welding steel, until finally it stood there in my front yard, taller, prouder, louder than anything the HOA had ever seen. A full-scale monument, a stone base engraved with names of fallen brothers and sisters, and right at the center a towering flagpole with my flag waving higher than it ever had before. The next HOA meeting was chaos, people shouting, the president red-faced, slamming her gavel, demanding order. She screamed that I had broken the rules, that this was vandalism. I stood up in front of everyone and held the bylaws in my hand. I read the clause word for word and the room fell silent. I told them, this isn't a decoration, it's a memorial for the soldiers who never came home. It's protected, and if you try to touch it you will face not only me but the law itself. For the first time her smirk cracked, the color drained from her face. The other board members shifted uncomfortably, whispers filled the room. The vote turned against her. Neighbors who had once stayed quiet now stood up for me. They applauded, they shouted, let him keep it. And in that moment I realized she wasn't powerful, she was just loud, and for the first time she was outnumbered. I swear to you I never thought a simple flag could destroy my peace of mind. It started one normal morning when I stepped outside, my porch coffee in hand, and saw a bright yellow envelope taped to my door, violation notice in big red letters. My stomach dropped. HOA had fined me $500 because apparently my American flag was too big, too flashy, too disruptive. They claimed it violated community guidelines. I remember standing there shaking because that flag wasn't decoration, it wasn't just fabric, it was a part of me. It was the flag I carried with me through 2 tours overseas, the same flag I folded and placed in my backpack when my best friend never came home, the same flag my father handed me the day I swore my oath. I marched straight to the HOA office, still in my work boots, dirt on my hands from landscaping my yard. I demanded answers, but the president, a smug middle-aged woman with sharp sunglasses and a voice like nails on glass, smirked at me. She said rules are rules, and if I couldn't follow them I should reconsider living here. My jaw locked. I could feel everyone in that office staring at my tattoos like I didn't belong, like I was some criminal for showing pride in my service. I went home that night angry, humiliated, but mostly determined. Days passed, fines piled up, letters kept coming. The HOA president even showed up at my door, clipboard in hand, like some sheriff of a town that nobody voted for. She looked me in the eye and said, if you don't take that flag down we will take legal action. I laughed, not out of humor but disbelief. This woman had no idea who she was talking to. I didn't fight for my country just to be told I couldn't fly my own flag. I didn't bury friends under that banner just to hide it away in my garage. I never thought a simple piece of fabric could destroy my peace of mind, but one morning I walked outside, coffee in my hand, and there it was, a bright yellow envelope on my door with the word violation screaming at me. And when I read what it said my blood ran cold. The HOA had fined me $500 for flying my American flag, the same flag I carried through 2 tours overseas, the same flag I buried my best friend under. And that day, something inside me snapped.